So another way that I save money is it is 7:30 in the morning. The sun, so what I'm starting to do is keep track of the sunrise and sunset so that I can utilize daylight as much as possible. So I have been awake since 7 a.m., but it wasn't quite completely light out yet. I opened the blinds and let the light in, and that's the start of my day. So now I will get up and start my day so that I am utilizing all the daylight. And the sun is supposed to set at about the same time, so that is when my night will be over, so that I am not using as much electricity at night, because I don't need to use a lot of it during the day. So if you utilize daylight, you use a lot less electricity. So my schedule now has been, I've changed, this is something new that I've changed, is that I'm getting up at sunrise and going to bed at sunset. Or at least, I don't need to necessarily go to bed, but I shut everything down by the time the sun sets, so that I'm utilizing way less electricity, so that I settle down for the night at 7:30 or so, whenever the sun sets, and I might read with a reading light, or I might watch a little TV, but everything else is turned off. And I'm done cooking, I'm done with anything that requires more electricity. The way that I save money, another way I save money is I'm about to make, actually these are two ways in one. So I'm about to make milk out of oatmeal and seeds and various things I like to add in it. I have an old video. I don't know if I have a video on this new machine. I think I did. You lose track after so many videos. But I do have videos on my old milk machine that I used before this one, showing how I make milk and how that saves me a lot of money on plant-based milk. Another way that I save money is, you see this power strip, it's turned off. So I have all of my kitchen appliances plugged into this because I don't use them all the time. And so they don't need to be drawing power all the time. So when I'm ready to use them, I just turn it on. You can see the light's on now. So now it will be ready for me to plug it in, plug in the milk machine and run it. And I'm also going to be using the toaster oven this morning. So I'll have that on for both of those, and when I'm done, I'll shut that off. So that's another way to save money, is to plug your appliances into power strips, especially things you don't use very often, and then you can shut them down, and that stops the flow, the electricity draw from all those plugs. Because they say, I guess there's still some electricity that gets drawn from the outlet for things that are plugged in. Even if the cord is just plugged in, it's still drawing a current, but if you put it on the strip and turn it off, it stops that current. So that's another money saving tip. I'm using up the last of the dog's shampoo. So I wanted to share with you that I'm going to do a dog bath today, but I'm trying something new to save money. Another way that I save money is, this was almost gone, so I'm rinsing out anything I can get out of the bottle. That there was just enough left with washing out the bottle for bathing both the dogs one last time. I got this for free at when I was in California. Santa Cruz SPCA had they gave out free pet food and supplies once a week, and they often would have things like shampoos and stuff. So this was free from I call the doggy food bank. And this is to help with Cersei's allergies. It's very gentle on them. So I am using up the last of this. But really, I use a very special shampoo that, because I'm very sensitive, also, my dogs like me, which I researched and found out I can use that on them too. So I can use my own shampoo diluted on the dogs. It'll be fine. I also add one other thing, and you'll see what that is in just a minute. But the new thing I'm doing is I used to bathe them in the bathtub there. And I would fill up the bathtub just about to their knees, which they're little tiny dogs, so probably about a quarter of the bathtub. But I would like to save more on water and the water bill, so I'm going to try to do something different, which is what I usually do if I'm out on a van life adventure, is give them a sponge bath. Like, why can't I incorporate the same practices I would use out on the road at home as much as possible? So that's what I'm going to try today, is to sponge bathe them. I usually like to let the shampoo soak on their body for a few minutes, so that gives me time to refill the bowl with the rinse water and rinse them a couple of times. And let's see if this works out better. And maybe it'll be a little faster for me, because I really shouldn't be bathing the dogs. It's a lot of squatting down and stuff that's really not good for me. But I can't afford a groomer. I mean, who in living in a little mobile home on a tight budget can afford to send their two dogs to a groomer to get bathed, right? So I've learned how to do all my own pet care and do it in a way that's the least taxing on me. It's been challenging to keep figuring out better ways to do it, but I found that this works. So today I'm okay. My carpal tunnel's a little bit acting up on my left hand. So I think I have to take it easy and use my right hand more. Hopefully that doesn't flare up my right hand. My back's already kind of flared up, but it's kind of in its typical, like, number 7. I don't know, I'm probably at a 5-6 right now in pain on my back. But gotta do what I gotta do, right? I mean, I haven't been able to bathe the dogs because I've had so many flare-ups. So it's been a couple weeks, or about 3 weeks. I usually do it at least every couple weeks. No less than once a month. But it depends on the weather and what they've been doing, so let's get to it. I'm trying to get everything everything I can out of this. See, it's running clear, so that means I've used up all of the residue in that bottle. So nice warm water. And I got a little bit of this I can use up. This helps with Circe's skin issues. It's like an antibacterial. I need to get more of that. Actually, I think I have some in my. I can use DMSO or Hibiclens, which I believe I have some more Hibiclens. So we're going to use the rest of that up. There we go. Okay, Circe, come in. You have to take a bath. Come on, Circe. Circe. It's time for your bath. Come on. Circe. Come on, Circe, come. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Circe, come. Come on. You want a treat? Come on. Come on. Have to entice her with the treats. Come on. There she is. Okay. And there is Circe. In she goes. Oh. To go very slowly. Oh, okay. I don't know if you, looks like you can't see. Okay, and this is a wash rag that I was using for my own shower, and it was up drying. I don't like to put things in the laundry until they're dry. When they're wet, they get all moldy. So I'm going to go ahead and reuse this wash rag so I don't dirty another wash rag. That saves money on laundry. Oh, I forgot to take off her collar. There she is, in her bath. It's not cold, baby girl. It's not cold, it's warm water. Benji. Benji has to come in next while she's letting her soak longer. She has a scab. She has this one spot on her ear that flares up with her allergies. It's like a rash on her ears, the ends of her ears. It's weird. It's very sensitive. I have to clean it, but it hurts her. I know, baby. Try to get it softened up so it'll come off. I ordered a detachable shower head. I'm waiting for that to come so I can spray them, rinse them off. And here is Zenji. There's Zenji. He's next. He's not happy. Don't lick it, honey. Don't lick it. We've talked about that. Okay. Now Zenji is next. We haven't had a flea problem since we've been here that I know of. I think we get little spiders though. Every once in a while something seems like it suddenly itches them. But it's not constant like fleas. In California we had fleas all the time. They would collect on his butt, all right here. And her, they would get her everywhere. He didn't have a bad reaction to the fleas like she did. But these little dogs are prone to skin problems, I discovered, figuring out hers. There. Then I have to do something that's not very nice called anal cleaning. And okay, that's it. Now we're gonna rinse them off. Okay. Okay. Now we'll rinse off Zenji. She needs one more rinse. So, 4 bowls of water. That's done. 4 bowls of water to wash 2 dogs. Okay, break it out. And then they have their own little towels. I use all the old ratty towels for the dogs. Oh, and out stays Zenji. Okay, go. Go. And Zenji comes out. Oh, sorry. I guess you can't see them drying off. Here they are. There they are. So I'm just drying them. Can't get my tripod to turn down for some reason. There's Zenji. Dry him off. Yeah, good puppy. Oh, yeah, go on. Go. Go. Now they're going to go to their warm bed. Now they're going to go roll around on their bed, which is okay. I'm going to wash their bedding. I learned not to wash it till after the bath because they go roll in it. And they use the blankets to dry off. So that's the dog bath, a new way of bathing the dogs that saves money. So I was able to regulate how much water I used, and I figured I used 4 of those bowls of water to wash 2 dogs, wash and rinse. That's a lot less water than filling the bathtub or doing it with the hose or whatever. I also, to save money, always make sure I have a full load of laundry. Rather than, there were times I used to, I wanted to wear something, so I just washed that thing, or you just washed a few items because you're running out of underwear or whatever. No, I now plan out my laundry better. So this is all dog laundry and cleaning laundry, etc. So I have my laundry, I have pet laundry, and pet and cleaning laundry separate. And so I just make sure that I have a full load. And I've learned that you can actually, my dryer seems big enough that I can do 2 loads on a full cycle in the dryer from this washer. But what I do is I just break the cycle down in half if I only have 1 load. I'll show you that. And I use very special, I have sensitive skin, so I have to use laundry detergent that works for my skin, so it's a little more expensive than, see if you can see that. This is more expensive than normal laundry soap. But I get on Pride Market for a pretty decent price. try to use a minimal amount, but enough to wash the clothes well. But I enhance it with, especially when it's a really dirty load, I will enhance it with hydrogen peroxide. A little laundry boost. The fan in the background is my heater. I'm right next to the intake. So, and then I'll add a little baking soda. As an extra laundry boost. And what I've done is I moved in here. This washer and dryer were already here, and then the person who lived here before was blind, so that's what these little dots are. So he would know where to stop the timer, or where to start the laundry. But that's using warm water, so I'm not using warm water, I'm only using cold. So I had trouble seeing where all of these are without bending over the washer to make sure I have it where I want it. So the cold starts here. So I mark this as a large cold load, a medium cold load, and a small load. But now I look at that more like extra dirty, medium soil, and light soiled laundry, because I'm always going to have a full load of laundry now. So for something like this dirty laundry for the dogs, I would be going for heavy soil. And that way I start with cold water, and I wash only in cold water, because it's going to go in the winter time it goes in the dryer, and in the summer I'll hang it out in the sun. So the heat from the dryer and the heat from the sun can do similar sanitizing as hot water. And then I'm saving on the electricity for the hot water. And I've done the same. I have to excuse the mess. That's my daughter's laundry soap, not mine. Her family can tolerate regular laundry soap. I've done the same thing with my dryer. So here are the choices that the previous owner was using, these two settings. I prefer this setting. I played around with it enough to figure out that this seems to be the most economical setting, and you can choose more or less, or just a cool spin. Sometimes I'll use this as a light dry. So, and I didn't have to mark this because this is more clear to understand for me. And this has a marking here. The washer seems to have lost its little indicator there. So that's how I save on my laundry. Sometimes in nice weather, I do hang up my laundry. I have drying, a line and two poles. I use a shower pole, and I put an extra shower pole up for drying laundry, and I have this for drying laundry. So sometimes, especially if it's things that can't go in the dryer, I'll